Okay guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to our YouTube channel. In this tutorial we are going to cover the process command in Linux. In a previous session we covered the Linux basic command. So if you missed the previous session, make sure you check out this video on my channel. So in this session, which is part number 2 in Linux for Geeks, we are going to run all commands used in a process. Okay, so I'm going to open up a terminal. I'm using car Linux, so I like to click then open terminal. Okay, so the first command is ps. Okay, the ps command usually display the processes for the current shell. So in this shell, let me do something like this: ls to list the content, to list the files and the directory in the present working directory. So once I do ps, okay, so the ps command, as I've told you, that it display the process for the current shell. So the process ID for this shell is this one. Okay, so that is all about ps command. So another command is ps space -a. This display every active process in a Linux system. So let me do something like this. As you can see, it display all active process in Linux. So all of these are the processes which are active in my Linux system. You can also use the alternative command which perform the same function as the ps space -a, which is ps, okay, space -e. Okay, as you can see, the result is actually the same. So these two commands, they display all active process in Linux. But you can also use the top command, which also used to display all active, the running processes in a Linux system. As you can see, these are the list of active process. So I can click Q to end this. Okay, so another command used in processes in Linux is display the user running processes. So once I do something like this, so this shows I'm the user root. So all of these processes are processes only by user root. So this is the function of, okay, all right, so these are the processes by user root. Another command in Linux process is display the process in BS format. So the command is px space au. So this display the process in BSD format. Okay, or it can be something like this. So this is how you can display the okay, you can display the processes in BSD format. We are still going on with Linux process command. Another command used in processes is to display the user process by name or by ID. Okay, so here I have user called Moses. Okay, let me do something. So switch user Moses. So this is user Moses. Okay, here let me start okay, could not connect, refuse the error, no protocol specified. Okay, alrighty. So how do you display the processes only by a specific user? I can say can't I say okay, let me say something unknown self status. Okay, okay, let me just start unknown self. Okay, unknown self start. Anyways, but let me switch to user. Okay, let me switch to root. So here on root, I want to display the process only by user Moses. So this is a command. Okay, so these are the processes only by user Moses. But to get a clear list of processes only by user is better if you use the user ID. So let me cut it. Okay, here as you can see, this is user ID of Moses. So here, what I can do here, I can say something like this. So this is the only process only by user ID called Moses. There is another user called Noel with ID of 1002. Let me press enter. You can see this user does not own any process. User ID, okay, with 1002, which is this user is Noel. Okay, so Noel has no any process in our Linux. So this is how you can list the process only by user. So is the command is ps space hyphen small f capital U, then the name of the user, or you can put the ID of the user like this. Okay, you can put the ID of user. So that is how you can display the processes only by a specific user. But you can also choose to display all processes only by user, root user, and a group user. So the command is ps space hyphen u user root. So all these command are the command only by user root and a group root. Okay, so that's it. Another command in the process is okay, process only by a certain group. Let me try something here. Anyways, so another command in process in Linux is of course, there are two types of processes. There are processes which run in the background and the processes which run in the foreground. For example, here, if I type something like this, Firefox, okay, no environment variable displayed. Okay, let me do something like this, Bob Suite. Okay, so once I run this command, it means that the process is running in the foreground. Okay, there is a foreground and the background. So this command or this process Bob Suite is running, okay, is running on the foreground. So to stop this this process, or to shift this process from the foreground to the background, you can just click Ctrl Z. You can see it has stopped. So to bring this process in foreground, okay, the command is FG. So the process is okay, it was stopped, but now the process is resumed. All right, I found a perfect vocabulary to put this. So let me manually start the Firefox here. Okay, and let me open up the terminal. I'm opening up another terminal. Okay, all right. So here I'm going to show you how you can kill a process, but before I show you how to kill the process, I'm going to show you how to get the PID, the process ID. So here, first of all, let me do something like this. Okay, I'm looking, where is Firefox? Here there is Java, there is Firefox. So let me, here is Firefox, Firefox Plus. Okay, so let me do something like this. So let me say I want to get the process ID of service called Firefox. So I can say PID of Firefox. Okay, something. So this is the PID, process ID of Firefox. If I want to get the PID of Java, I can say PID of Java. The Bob Suite is running, okay, which is Java, okay, Java computer based application. So if I want to kill this process, okay, Firefox, I can use this command. If I want to kill, okay, so the command is kill. Okay, let me do something like this, kill. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, let me do something here. So let me kill. something like this. No such process. I hope it is successfully terminated. Okay. Okay, now you can see there is no Firefox running. It has been terminated. So this is how you can kill the process by PID. So if I say, yeah, is Babsuite running? Okay. PID of Babsuite. Babsuite. PID of Java, you can see there are two processes, but I've told you how you can query the process. This is how we do. Okay, I have of course terminated one instance process of Babsuite. Alright, so once I check the PID of Java, no. So this is how you can actually kill the process. Okay, so another process command is dfh. This is command which help to show the available and use this space in hard disk, okay, in your system. But another command is free g. This command help to show the available RAM and use the RAM in the free memory in Linux system. As you can see here, I have only free 1 GB. Okay, use the 0 GB. Have not used even 1 GB, but the available is 2 GB. So that's all. Another command is have, of course, explain the how to kill the process, okay, and so on. So another command used in the process is nice. Okay, is nice and really nice. So when you start a program, okay, you can give a priority with nice. Okay, let me start the Babsuite with nice command. Okay, all right, so let me say nice Babsuite. Okay, so this will start the Babsuite with the highest priority. So so that is the function of nice command. So once you run Babsuite is not a property last time. Do you want to start without loading extension? No. So once you run the nice command, it helps you to start the service or the program with the highest priority. That is the function of nice command. But you can use renice to change the priority okay, of your program or of your process. And by default, okay, let me do something here. Really nice. Let me open up another terminal here. Okay, there is already terminal. So let me get the process ID of Bob Suite. So PID of, okay, PID of Java. So this is a PID. So let me say I want to renice. Okay. Let me put the value. Let me say this, and the PID. So when you change the priority for your process, the command is really nice. N stands for number of priority, and the P is the ID, the process ID of your process. You want to change the priority. So here I can say really nice. Okay. So once you run this, you can see the process ID or the priority. So when you start the program is nice, it gives by default the priority of 10. Now you can see the process ID or the priority was 10, the new priority is 15. So that is all about nice and really nice. Really nice will help you to change the priority of your process. And as I told you that the n, okay, the n value range from -20 up to 19. So here I can put maybe 17. Okay, you can see. So that is all about nice and a really nice command in Linux. I hope I've covered almost every important command used in process in Linux. So in short, I can say this is an end of this session. I hope you have enjoyed it. I want to ask you one question. No, I don't have any question, but how do you feel? How do you feel after getting this session? After knowing that you can, I think this can be one of interesting thing that you can start a process with highest priority. Okay. Back in the days, I was doing penetration testing. So if you are doing penetration testing and you have different services running, let's say maybe you are using Firefox at the same time you are using Bob Suite and you are using WhatsApp, Z attack, but if Firefox happens or find to use the highest resource of your computer, I mean the CPU and the memory, instead what should of course use the highest resource of your computer. Maybe for me, when doing pen testing, it can be the Bob Suite or the WhatsApp Z attack, because I'm using it for scanning the vulnerability. But instead, you may find out when you track the process ID of Firefox and you check the resource it uses, maybe it has high priority and it is consuming a lot of resource. But after the knowledge of this lesson will help you to change the priority. Okay, you can reduce the priority by using really nice command. You can change the priority of your Firefox. Okay, give it a low priority and assign high priority to the application. On my case, when doing pen testing, I could assign the highest priority for the Bob Suite maybe and the WhatsApp Z attack. So this is actually my experience or the funnest thing I'm doing so far after learning how to deal with process. I can nice this process, and it is handy for me. So what is your experience after learning this session of processes in Linux? How do you use this knowledge in a real working environment? So if you find out this video useful, you can like, okay, put comment to show to express your enjoyment. Share it to your colleague if it will be also useful, but don't forget to subscribe in order to receive the update of upcoming amazing video like this. Okay, in the next session we'll cover the network process, the network commands, user management commands. Which commands are used when managing different user in Linux. So keep on following the next, okay, waiting the next session. Thank you and see you in the next tutorial.